woods of Meathead.
mom at a beach or on the steps of the Capitol.
I look like the American Harry Potter right now. It's absurd.
What's the worst that can happen? War can happen.
Nuclear weapons are less disastrous than socialism.
Nick's getting me fired up on Friday.
We doing this?
Yeah, everyone ready? Yeah.
We cracked. Let's just go.
Is it 207?
No, put it back there. We did wait on the Capitol. Oh, damn it, yeah. We did it.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Unsubscribed Podcast. I'm joined today by Eli Doubletap, Nick, the fire electrician, and other Nick Freitas, and myself, Freitas. We finally morphed into the same person.
I'm glad you're wearing a shirt for this.
Yeah. Listen here. War nature is fine.
You know, it's like really this honest to start
Right out the gate.
Up until now, I was the only Nick born in Chico, California, to be on the podcast.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
You believe it?
Yes.
I'd be weirder if you weren't. When I was going to break into like a 5-minute explanation of my life, I think it's funny enough.
That was it. This is the fat politician.
Did you live there for a while?
That was the first 5 years of my life. I grew up in California for the first 12 years of my life. Chico, Orange, Orville, Redding,
Yeah.
Palermo. Yeah.
All right, so when was this?
1994 to early 2000s.
We were there at the same time.
Yeah.
Wow.
You just told me. You're 45. Okay, so you were a little older than me. You were driving a car. I was driving a battery powered Jeep by the play school. It's fine.
Look at me, is that insurance could afford powered?
My dad stole the neighbor's battery powered Jeep and spray painted it so he could say it wasn't theirs. Yeah.
Oh, look at me. My parents could afford electricity.
I just picked a guy. Your dad.
Guess it's great. Guess what I got for Christmas one year? Somebody else's PS2. For legal reasons, that was a joke.
Stealing your father, stealing hearts and property.
This is right.
Welcome back. You got there last night. You just got in today. This week we travel a whole bunch.
I've traveled more than about 6 weeks. I don't think I have ever.
It's
Yeah.
Is that right?
I think this is the first time we're gonna have like 2 weeks staying in Texas. So we can go to it. I haven't had you on a plane in like a week and a half.
It's better in Valley to know you. And not just you, your family, everyone.
If they minimize their last 4 months.
Yeah.
Wherever the road takes you, Chevy is ready to drive you forward with pure power unleashed and future-forward technology. Every path leads to new possibilities. Chevrolet.
So, Nick, you flew in from, I flew from Virginia. Yeah, so I live in Culpeper, Virginia, which is about 70 miles outside of DC, so it's like close enough to the airport, but outside.
I got really hard to do it when you cover the outside here. How do you like that? Pretty hard, baby.
So last night, this British dude came up,
Yeah.
and he's like, he was like very hilarious, and him and his girlfriend, and me and my girlfriend went and hung out, and we went to the bar and stuff.
Hanging out with the Brits?
Yeah, man, he's Brits, dude. But it was funny, because he like loved stand-up, It,
Tupac apparently got wrongfully accused of rape.
Tupac was. He was in a hotel or
Oh,
something.
he was just chilling.
I don't know.
Just chilling. He was guilty more.
Tyson, I think, was found guilty.
Really?
But, yeah, that was. Who knows? I don't want to be spokesman. Because Tyson doesn't. And I saw a journalist try to bring that up to Tyson.
Yeah.
And Tyson was not happy about it.
I fucking bet.
He was on like a morning news show. The guy was like, "Well, you've been arrested for rape," and he was like, "You know, you're a real piece of shit, asshole." He's like, "Why do you say that?" He's like, "You bring me on here, you're a real piece of shit."
So, in the Tyson case, Tyson was accused of raping 18-year-old Judy Patrick, Jefferson Desiree Washington, found guilty by Indiana
Indiana jury?
Yeah, Tyson's doing his best. He's like, I didn't, listen, Your Honor, I did not rape that bitch. And they're like,
That is nonsense. This is the Hoosier state, young man.
dude, Indiana jury sounds formidable. They might have thrown in an Indiana jury on Tupac, but we need an Indiana jury.
Indiana jury is every black dude's worst nightmare. Bad news.
Oh, that's a tough crowd, dude. They probably, like, at the beginning of it, they're like, Your Honor, we breached your conviction. They're like, we didn't do the thing.
Yeah, the Indiana jury, they just go back to deliberate. They just sit in the room, watch fucking Jeff Donald for 3 hours, and they come back out.
Yeah,
They watch puppets.
Yeah, Indiana's apparently got that crap, dude.
Plant City, bro.
When I chill in Chicago, every now and again, if you're from Chicago, you'll fit to Indiana and get some gas.
Go to Gary.
Get some gas, go get some gas real quick. But it's like, dude, the drive, we're going to go to a casino. There's casinos in Indiana. But yeah, no, his family, I'm too excited to drive through Indiana. They're always like, be careful.
First off, the cops pull everybody over nonstop
That
there.
fucking jail.
So I'm sure when they see someone from Chicago coming through, they're like, get the fuck out of here. They probably hate Chicago. Yeah, dude, if you drive through, because I drove from
You think they made it out to
Chicago
like
to-
Chief Keef free zone? So that Chief Keef free zone, I mean, dude,
if you're back in Indiana and you saw the Chief Keef music video,
oh, God.
you'd be like, we got to build a wall. We cannot let Chief Keefs get into Indiana. We got to protect our guard. Indiana sucks.
They're just always on the lookout for dreadheads in the lobby. They're like,
There'd be some dreadheads in the lobby. Hey, Gary, Indiana, have you ever seen that?
No.
It's where Jackson, that's where Michael Jackson's
oh,
from.
that's where they're from?
You drive through there, it's like a town of sheds.
Well,
It's disgusting. Yeah, it's a horrible, horrible place.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get to like poor populations, dude. It's like, oh, it's fucked up.
Yeah,
But
anyway.
like you're saying, just about the science.
The science behind getting euthanizing our homeless population
Just look at the studies, look promising.
it would help the environment.
Big time.
But this is like we talked about, like in that book White Trash and all that. Like when there's a new world, like the new world, it's basically like us being like, all right, we gotta colonize the moon. Most of the people that go there first are gonna die.
Yeah.
We should just send all the homeless to the moon. Let them figure it out there.
Hell yeah, suit them up.
Just in case there's aliens up there, just in case there's something that needs fought. Something that needs to be attacked. Let's get these guys up there.
It's not about, that is, yeah, that is literally, they just sent like debt, stranded fucking, down in America, and they're like, there's bullshit, they just mulched America with just fucking poor people. They're like,
Go fertilize the land with blood and bones. You peasants, you owe me money.
Yeah.
Go fight.
There was like a bad year where it rained too much and no one could grow food, like, all right, we own you guys now,
Yeah.
off to America.
You're gonna have to go fight bears. We don't even know what those things are.
You were unsuccessful in battling the elements, now we own you.
Yeah,
It's like,
take on rattlesnakes.
damn.
They didn't have rattlesnakes.
No mates either.
They had no idea what a rattlesnake was. All of a sudden there's snakes hissing out that attack you. The European snakes would run away. The rattlesnakes will attack you, like they'll come after you. And so these peasants are like chased by snakes. What the fuck is this?
I mean, it looked like.
Oh yeah, you can tell me that.
Rancid on it.
That's what we fought for. Interracial snakes.
That,
That's what, dude, that was the call of the 20th thing when they fixed that.
oh, yeah. Some dude had a vision of, like, the baby got newborn. Oh, I had a vision.
They woke up and they're like, guys, we gotta do this.
On this day, my life does not matter.
Oh, yeah.
What matters is spirit.
Oh, God, before the band charge stood up on a rock, and I gotta get down to me with shot. He's like, my life don't fucking matter. We gotta get boys fired up. And then he's like, boys, people are fucking
People get fired up.
The boys got fired up. They fought like demons. They marched down that road. This is the Rochester Racers. This is the Rochester Racers. You don't understand. The boys from Rochester just saw the name get his guts ripped out. They said, let's get bang that man's charge. This is 1863.
Okay.
We're two years into the war.
Fine, so what?
Right. There isn't been one successful bang that charge yet. If you're banging that charge, it was a desperate move. Things aren't looking good.
I think you would agree with that.
Go ahead. I think you would agree with that.
Imagine how early those guys, like, once they realize that they're gonna charge to work, but
Trying to get out of the way from the bang there. But then, this was it. This was the moment. I was from Rochester, charged down the road, there, two Alabamians, what for? Yeah. And then you who heard that? Oh, Joshua Chamberlain up there with the 20th Marine waiting. He said, "Boy, they're charging, we're charging. Fixed bayonets, let's fucking go down there and fucking pull up."
yeah, they had fired so much that they were totally jammed. They couldn't
Yeah,
get
the resin, the gunpowder was stuck in the barrel. They couldn't even pump the fucking bullets in.
It's a bad idea. Yeah, let's release these guys with gloves, they charge us with knives.
Oh, yeah, it's literally been that, it hadn't worked yet in the city.
Once you break the line, dude, it is like, fuck.
Once a bunch of dudes coming downhill with, like, spears, screaming.
Takes a minute to unload those things.
Bayonet?
No, fucking,
Oh, yeah, you have time to it once you got it coming handy like that.
yeah, if I get it, the Alabamians too thought they were taking an empty hill.
Yeah, these are the guys that are walking up on that empty
They
road.
were like, oh, it's empty. And then all of a sudden, the Rochester Racers came down. And it's full fly down.
And this is after several attacks.
Is it?
Yeah.
How many do you think fell? Isn't one fast down a hill and then
I go with my guns. I had to split 20 yards out of trip.
Yeah.
These guys were running down like very rocky, very, tons of trees. Big boulders too. This was a pretty rocky hill.
Yeah.
Just sprinting straight down.
We've lost it. We've lost it. I would be going, I'd be like, you know, I'm gonna go get reinforcements. I'm gonna go, I'd be fighting the stand on that rock, dude. You're ready to get shot. Yeah, we've lost that, man. We need that back.
I was even thinking that. We were talking in the car. I was like, dude, imagine back then they were like the South had all the tough guys. I was more like, dude, this is the rudeness, dude. This is dirtiest motherfucker.
Yeah. So, like, factory workers?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're fucking. Yeah, some guy who just got cold and shit. Yeah. Yes, we can use fucking floated here.
Get up and defend that hill.
What the fuck is this? There's a gun, there's a jacket. Yeah, we lost. We need to get back to more.
How about this? Now we're gonna go watch the fighting Irish. So a statue of Father Ford. Standing there right there, blessed because there was a statue of Father Ford.
Someone's got to make it up.
Father Ford then went on the president of the University of Notre Dame.
Stop. They did.
There's a time.
This is crazy.
This is it. Yeah, it's natural. You know what we could do? I do have to live right now.
Yeah.
Sissy.
You'll watch Keep On. You'll watch Keep On. Wow, yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like that, where it's like fucked up.
Yeah. Like when you're playing zombie Call of Duty. Yeah.
It's just fucked up, bro.
Oh, jazz.
But then there was just scenes where they would blast like Indian music. I don't even know how to describe it. The scenes in the movie 8 millimeter, there's scenes where it's like almost like Arabic. But then also bordered on Native American. It was just something
Yeah.
that they would just blast throughout the movie. Anytime there was like panic or they were like driving through LA, it would be playing music that you would play in like a scene if you were in like a market or anything.
Yeah.
It made zero sense. I think they were trying to like throw it out. Like, it literally was. So then we're still watching, great cast, Gandolfini, Cage.
Why are you whining?
No, he's not kidding.
Always whining.
But, there's a scene though, like, so it's about 3 dudes that kill a girl on camera. It was a snuff film. That was stupid. And Nicolas Cage sees the film and investigates and tries to find who did it. And eventually he finds this dude who's the Russian guy from The Big Lebowski. You remember that guy? He literally plays the exact same character. He's that guy. He's a nihilist. Like, we make spooky films here. You've dug too deep and you found us making spooky films. And he's like in a warehouse, like shooting a crossbow at like a literal cross. And he's like, and Gandolfini's just Tony Soprano.
He's just in there like, hey.
Yes. So
Hey,
his
hi,
character,
read his
his
name.
character abducts children and murders them on camera and is like, hey, what are we doing here? Huh, boss? Like, what? And he's teamed up with like a Satanist Russian and the Machine, who's just a guy with a BDSM mask that never talks. And there's a scene where this lawyer backstabbed Nicolas Cage and was in on the investigation. He pulls out a gun and tells the guy, the Russian Satanist with the crossbows, and put that fucking crossbow down. The Russian goes, okay. It just shoots me in the fucking chest with a fucking crossbow. I was like, while we're watching, I was like, dude, this is the worst fucking movie I've ever seen. He's like, I know. He had to concede.
Really?
Shut up, my God,
That was a
man.
tough one. I was like, I cannot. I'm like, dude, this is the worst movie I've seen.
Put the other movie back on?
No.
You didn't give Hardness?
I should have put Hardnet back on. Now tell me about
Should have reigned supreme.
But I think 30 Days a Night was also bad. I just saw it when I was younger. Yeah, probably just like that.
What's it about?
It's a town in Alaska who experiences 30 days of night. The sun doesn't come back up for a month.
Yeah.
And then vampires. And the vampires are mean.
I need your take on the Hunger edition.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you the originals.
It's good you want to let him jump to the hungry.
Oh,
The hungry episode. You basically look like you're on Tiger Bed.
Alright, I'm sure you.
Josh Hardnet might be sure. I don't care what anybody says.
Dude. Alright, so these are the original brothers. These are the two brothers who are the originals.
Those were your guys?
Oh my god.
These are your guys?
Oh,
Wait, this is recent,
This
dude.
is Elijah, dude. This is more than hard.
Hold on, who's the dude? Klaus?
Oh, you want to clap?
Wait, this is the show, the originals?
This is the original.
So they're vampires.
Yeah,
The sexiest monsters.
100%. I mean, werewolves they're pretty sexy, but they're more like
Werewolves.
down to the earth.
If I had to pick a guy from Twilight to fuck, it would have been the werewolf.
Really?
Taylor, his name's Taylor, right? Wasn't he fucking Taylor Swift?
This class.
They just have the same name. I have to get these guys' personalities. He seems like a bad boy.
He's an absolute bad boy. He's all like,
This other guy seems like a professional on the spot.
yeah. House Michaels is an out of control bad boy, dude. His dad was always His dad hated fucking vampires. His dad didn't like magic. His mom was magic. His dad loved
His dad hates magic.
Hates magic.
But he knows magic's real.
Oh, for sure.
His dad has seen
His
magic.
wife's a witch.
Alright.
So his mom was like,
I get not like magic if you don't believe it,
no, he's seen it.
but you see it.
It's an abomination. He didn't know his mom, the mom like turned them into vampires and like saved them, I think, from, I think they got some something. And then Elijah made a promise, he let his little brother with the feet all the time. Also, I think the guy got caught on the brother with someone else's brother, but he turned a blind eye on his dad.
And I have to take an oral cream pie for one of them.
Yes. You got a bad boy, a psycho bad boy, with a troubled past.
I don't know if
Was
this
a
is good.
professional dude. He made a vow to his brother to always protect him no
All
matter
right,
what.
one of those dudes is. Sounds like you want the leather jacket.
It's like he can-
You want the leather jacket.
There's a guy.
Is he like a black guy?
There's a guy. There's a guy that's constantly what do you mean doesn't talk to him? But he usually starts fucking with his sister or spouse with stupid fucking this because that was his protege. But
Sure, that's why he's pissed. He's like, no fucking protege is gonna date my daughter, his sister. Protege lover ass sister.
Oh man.
Yes, dude, the spooky episode. I can't believe how scary it was.
Oh my God, it's
Are
so
you guys scared?
I got some back there.
Well, Mary, you had some hot takes before the episode started, and I'm not sure you want to share it with our listeners, but you can. Good choice. Way to stand behind your beliefs.
I think he was one of those guys that fade away very quickly.
Partner on the beach. Bro, partner walking on the beach.
He didn't tell me.
Fucking door's open, go out.
I wouldn't watch the movie. There's so many.
You don't watch a movie.
What's the matter with you? What's wrong?
God damn it. What have you done? You would become death. You would absolutely become death.
I want to empty stomach parts. You got to go first.
I gotta find this.
Oh, that's what that one priest in my school said. It's only far to an empty stomach. They're like, oh, this one priest was like, always have to happen to leave your breakfast. You fought really loud, and guess what? He doesn't have any friends. Really big villain.
I don't know who knows this. That gets you a lot of fans. Bigger fights in school? That's a legend.
Billy McMillan is a fucking man.
Yeah.
I think he was the one who wrote 666 on the chalkboard. Bro, the class. No, I think someone else did.
Break something.
My bad. Now I think about it. I think I was running those first class. Somebody did. I think it was either me, Pat, or Greg. Triumvirate. This dude was so fucking cool.
In school fights, dude, Dusty DeFrank used to fucking, my boy Dusty used to, he would come up to you during class, he would stand in the middle of class and go, I pass gas, who should I pass it to? And you got to pick the victim, he would put his ass on the desk and fart. It's the funniest thing. You got that there, you got two now.
I got the cop cut. Yeah, yeah.
Remember when I got pulled over by cops leaving our village, and they thought I was undercover.
Yeah.
The cops thought I was an undercover cop, so they were like, pull over, we gotta chat. I looked like a cop that much. They pulled me over, I was like, what the fuck did I do wrong?
You were looking dressed like a kid who went to high school to buy drugs.
Yeah. They pulled me over, and the guy goes, 369? And I was like, damn thing's fine. I swear to God, I thought he said a yin yang twin lyric. You got 369? Damn thing's fine? And they were like, no, we thought we were undercover. You're like, this cop's a little yeah. Damn thing's fine? Damn thing's fine. That is so fucking...
I always had cop face and cop hair.
Yeah, we got 3 cops. Yeah, we did.
Yeah, it's true. That's all you did.
You better get in the fucking car.
Yeah, what are you doing again? You shouldn't be
Yeah, what do you do?
I worked at a restaurant where they, on Sunset, and Sunset has this part that's a track, so there's always hoes and kids walking around, and they, I'm like 22, so I had like short hair, and just like, I don't know, this fucking face, and then some of them would order like lemonade sandwiches, and I would go, here you go, and they go, thanks officer, and I'll go, and they just turn around and walk away. Actually, at that age, I wasn't big yet, but they were just like,
Who you get with the cop?
yeah, then they go,
Yeah.
tripping. They're like, oh, it's not fair. Yeah.
You don't look like you can sit in
down to college, big
I got
compact,
big
yeah.
front body.
I'm class 487, they don't move for it.
Yeah, so he's fine. So you got
You guys wanted to hear me say some new things or back to me?
to ask me about it.
I used to be in the grocery store and I would see people and I'd be like, this dumb fucking pussy dumbass. And I stopped doing that. I just made an effort to stop doing that and I got nicer to myself as a result. What does it even go for? Like, look at that lady's stupid head.
Yeah.
Look at that fucking weirdo. And I started just being like trying to be nice in my head.
That guy thinks he's better than me?
Yeah, literally, it's that.
Okay.
It's that. It's being like, that guy. Yeah, he's tall, probably a bigger dick than me, but like, I'm probably better SAT scores. Yeah, I color on
No
that.
one in here knows I did a Netflix special. You know what I mean? That's why they're treating me so poorly. It's like I'm disheveled.
Dude, now I'm at the beach with my family right now. Now I'm real. This is another test, a mental test, dude. We're like, I'm there. I got kids, my wife. You can see like, just like college kids, beautiful women, like tossing the football back and forth. There's part of me that's kind of like, oh, ball guy. Like, dude, that's over for you, man.
Yeah.
That's not.
I learned the hard way. See, dude, I learned it very hard way. Somebody comes.
Yeah.
I
But
just,
also,
you know,
what he's saying, what you're saying, I have been like something where like, hey, you're really fun to throw the ball right now.
I did,
You know
man.
what I mean? Like,
It's nothing to do with his chest.
I went to horseplay top. Horseplay is the hardest. One of the hardest ways I've ever seen someone. Horseplay years are over. Horseplay a little.
I was gonna say
here's the thing, I've gone to do it with him. Yeah, I know. And here's the thing,
You gotta learn to fly, dude.
I stopped.
Sky, dude.
Like, we were raising it again, and before it got to like, oh, this will be a challenge, I was like,
What we got, like 9?
9 was the last one that I did.
Yeah.
Before.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And I also like, when the surgeon,
That's really fucking
Yeah,
impressive.
that's awesome.
yeah, and I was 42, like, I mean, so that was like, but the surgeon, he goes,
I tried to duck in the sky when I was a trampoline recently and just breaked over. Yeah, just some fucking old, shriveled up bat being like, just because I have a penis doesn't mean some grandson going, fuck you, grandma, shut the fuck up. Shut up.
Hey, if you want grandma's with thongs headed this way, that's even nuts, dude.
Accidentally
And I
fucking,
got my penis in 2025.
I hit a baseball field like that when I was right to my grandmother's house and everybody was driving dick. So now I'm grounded.
That's all my grandma's dick.
I got you a cock ring for Christmas.
Dude. God damn it, dude. Because the next generation's gonna counter this generation. And they're just gonna be like, dude, grandma's gay. Nice cock, grandma.
Yeah, you come home with your
fucking ridiculous.
you come home with your boy and like, oh, you guys experimenting? Like, fuck no, grandma, shut the fuck
Grandma,
up.
reading the Bible. Get your dick out of here. Grandma, religion's cool. You're fucking gay. Grandma having a dick is gonna be so fucking
Grandma,
funny,
we're
dude.
saving ourselves for our wives. Get your fucking dick out of my room.
Fucking sinful cock out of here. God. That is some, these people, you know, they talk about tattoos, like, don't get a tattoo, you're gonna regret it, dude. These people are gonna be running into some severe regret when they hit 80 with a thong. It's like, what the fuck was I doing? Why did I do that summer? I just wanted attention, it was popular that summer. and I
Summer
got-
of 2069,
I got stuck with a dick, dude. Now, that's just some of them. I think a lot of them really suffer from,
Yeah,
you know,
from being, the spirit,
their spirit is, they've,
the kin.
yeah.
Yeah, the kin's in their own body. Fighting for
Of course, that's true.
the girl kin. I had someone argue
Of course
me,
that's
say
real.
there's like, you have we have genitalia, but then we also have different, whatever, hormonal profiles.
Yeah.
And it's like, for sure,
Yeah.
but I still have a dog. Like, someone tried to hit me with that in graduate school, and it was just like, yeah, we all have different hormonal profiles, but
I still have a massive unit.
but my dick is so much bigger than your clitoris.
Your
and
dick is a little bit bigger than your clit, I'm sorry.
I'm stronger than you. I fucking could beat up probably 7 hoes.
They were wrong. Yeah, I wonder how many hit, dude. Just front kicking it up.
Oh my god, dude.
The tub's overflowed. Bitch, crib.
Noticing that. I think Wes Watson has his program up and running.
Yeah.
I think Chet,
Oh, yeah, you were big on Wes earlier.
he was very, that was very, but his shit's nuts now.
Yeah.
All his videos now are just like drone footage of a mansion and him just being like, what the fuck? And they're just like dudes doing jumping jacks on a tennis court being like, this is our new life now. I met this guy on YouTube.
Screaming in a mansion is fucking awesome.
So sick,
Drone
dude.
footage of you.
It's just him getting out of Maybachs.
I did it!
It's just him getting out of Maybachs and just like
Yeah.
walking into restaurants. That's his video.
They're all fucking, what's his name? They're all Rex Kwando. They're all Rex Kwando. Do you think I'm a loser because I go home to Starla at night?
It's so fucking funny.
Yeah. They have jacked wives, dude. Their wives are jacked.
You need a jacked wife. You need to get a jacked wife. Or one with humongous fake tits.
Yeah.
You got a hot wife. Well, that's part of that business model is you got to be hot wife and an Instagram model lady. Constantly.
Jacked wife is rough, dude. Jacked wife is immediately like, oh, gross, dude. Because, yeah, I don't want to shit on a guy's wife. Because that guy rules.
Unless it's if it's a business thing, totally get
But
it.
that's Starla. They all date Starla. You think I'm a loser because I go home to Starla? Oh, fuck, dude.
Fuck, man,
That's just, I empathize with those poor salesmen in those meetings.
Yeah.
That's just, I can't imagine. I
Yeah,
can't,
man.
Dude, I would, if I was in that, I'd be howling fucking laughing.
It's
If a Jack dude came in to my fucking car sales meeting, are you working as hard as you can? But no, I've been shitting, I've hemorrhoids because I shit for an hour every day.
your mom farted to death. He shit all over the place.
It's a good thing you can't die from that now, because my mom would be dead.
Mom, no, I'm worried about you, Mom.
Yours are worse. I boopered. Did you booper?
Something
I
bad.
swear to God, my mom called them boopers when we were young.
That's so fucking funny.
Booper is funny.
Brittany doesn't like fart. I have one. That was a battle.
Fart was a bad word when we were young.
Dude, fart?
Wasn't it?
I was about to say,
when I said fart, it was a problem.
if I was like, I farted, it'd be like, stop me being fresh. But Brittany tried to establish poot as like the fart word in her
That's
house.
weird.
Dude, I said, look, man, we're not going to do
be
this.
weird. We're not a weird family.
Yeah, we're not doing exactly. I
We're
said,
on the cusp already.
he said, look,
We're right on the border
Yeah.
of being the weirdest family anybody's ever seen. We can't say poot.
you cannot say poot. That was a battle. Dude, there was like lexicon battles where I was like, these kids are saying fart. The first couple times, I was like, I farted. I see
We're a
Brittany.
fart family.
I see Brittany going,
Under this roof, we're a fart family.
it's my mother-in-law's like, all pissed off. Like, we're not saying fucking poop, you
Yeah.
weirdos. Fuck that, it's fart. My friend was a Heineberg family, dude.
Tiny bird?
I used to say Heineberg. I used to say Heineberg, dude.
Tommy says TT for taking a piss, and it makes me want to kill him.
Yeah, I get in trouble for saying piss, too.
take a TT. Oh, jeez.
Say piss. I get in trouble. I hate that word. It's like, what, piss? What to say? I'm gonna urinate?
Saying crap to people bothers me.
Crap
I
is
really like
nice.
saying, I gotta stand up from the table and go, I'm about to take a crap. Oh, pardon me, I have to crap.
I guess what do you do in polite society is when you have to euphemize it, like, I'm gonna go relieve
I need
something.
to,
I can
yeah.
make room.
To release my bladder.
There's a polite way to be like, excuse me, ladies and
Pardon
gentlemen.
me, I have to visit the powder room.
Yeah, true. I have to
I have
relieve
to powder my nose. That's a euphemism for I'm gonna go crap out, drop a mud pile back there.
Dude, so Hamilton, mom
I'm gonna
dies.
take my shirt off and drop a horse pile.
Or you politely ask me, like, where's the bathroom? They go, it's over there. I'm like, thinking more of an upstairs.
I was thinking more of a taking a shit type
Yeah, I was
place.
thinking maybe I'd head.
Seclusion.
Maybe I need to get higher ground on
It's
this.
gonna be loud crap.
Because I'm going to drop a gigantic fucking dump, and it's going to need to travel downwards, not straight across.
We need gravity behind this log. There's a log plume. I'm gonna need to get up to the top.
So you're like, did you ever clog your toilet? How big was the turd? Because mine must be probably record size right now.
What's the biggest? What's the biggest turd your toilet's ever choked down? Because I'm about to choke your toilet. How big is the hole in your toilet? Because
Yeah, you'll never guess who clogs a toilet between people. Women clog the toilet, dude.
yeah,
Dude, I mean,
I don't think it's the pile though. I think they overwipe.
you think they overwipe?
I don't think women drop piles like that.
Dude, I'm telling you, I'll never stop talking about my aunt's turd. My cousin brought me
You
upstairs.
witnessed it.
It was just a regular, like when you were a kid, you had no agenda on the day at all.
Yeah.
I just walk in my cousin's house, I'm like, yeah, maybe they have like good cereal. Open up the thing, my cousin's like, dude, come here.
You gotta see my mom.
Come here, dude. And just brought me upstairs, so it was a pale brown. That was the first pale, almost
white
clay.
whale.
The color of this couch. It was
It's a white whale. You've been looking for it ever since. You're Captain Ahab. You gotta find another one.
It's the color of this very couch, dude.
This might be it.
It
They
was
might have
clay.
upholstered it.
It was like a red clay of
It's
the
gonna
earth.
split in half like a Titanic.
I think it was shipwrecked.
Yeah.
But dude, I mean, it was like curdled nicely. It had a nice like pine cone cluster to it. Nothing,
Oh my God.
nothing crazy. Not like a corn cob,
Yeah.
but like
It was ribbed on the way out. She felt it. She felt that thing.
it was rung like a tree. It was like tree rings, dude. It was
You can see how old
it was an old growth,
It
dude.
was just 3 hours old.
I told my cousin to cut it in half. Get the age on it. I'm like, right here is World War II.
Oh,
This-
fuck, dude, stop. Show somebody your mom's turd. It's so fucking funny. Yo, dude, you gotta see my mom's shit.
The fact that he had eyes on it, he didn't put eyes on it.
And saved it. Did he know you were coming, or was he just like, I
know it's
can't
coming.
wait till someone comes
He
over?
was good. He put eyes on it, then he preserved it, dude. He was like a historical committee. You cannot flush this turd.
He was in there.
Today, my mother had oatmeal for breakfast.
Holy fuck.
Boy, they did in Africa for some of the tribes with like the young like pubescent boys. They would just paint them red, and they'd be like, "Dude, go for it." They would let them just beat the fuck out of each other and like fuck around for like 4 years. And they're like, "All right, you're done."
Yeah, they're done being animals.
Yeah, you guys now you're ready to join.
Yeah.
And they just go around like fuck old ladies. It was kind of hot for old ladies. Like you get like
A red boy breaks into
he's in
your
his
fucking
red
house.
phase. Yeah, boy in red phase. We were just purely just going around just being a beast for like 4 years, but they'd keep you away from the village. Some of the boys in red would sneak into old women's spots and just fucking.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
But yes, if a red boy got into my woman's tent, I'd be fuming.
you could kill him.
Yeah, you kill him.
But he also might physically overpower you, kill you in the tent. And then I guess just watch your wife have a period like, what is this thing? What's this? Ah. We're
I
trying
told you this was gonna happen.
She just complains
Yeah.
to him. He's like, ah,
Fuck, now I'm getting raped. Thanks. Great.
I told him blood
Be
wasn't
mad at
enough
me.
for him. Yeah,
She's the
true.
one doing it.
Broke my legs. Boy, so strong. and
Boy,
real.
is so strong, and now he's having his way with you.
Are you seriously fucking fapping right now?
Yes, that's the only way you can beat the red boy.
Fap
You
to
go,
him.
I actually like this.
Yeah, you fapped to him. He
Yeah.
goes, ew, stop fapping
Scare
to
him
me.
off.
Stop fapping to me. Stop fapping on me.
You fuck to me? You fucking fuck to me? You don't fuck to me.
Stop fapping. I'll cover your penis hole. You will not be able to blast cum now.
You make me do come. You fap?
I will cover the blast of your penis hole. If the ooze out the side, you look weak in front of your wife. That just turns me on even more.
That's even better, yes.
Oh, you're so strong.
That's the only way to get rid of an intruder like that.
Fap to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Like, I'm gonna fucking rape your wife and then kill you. You go,
Dude, stop fapping. I'm the sicko, dude.
don't wake me up.
I'm the sicko.
I'm dreaming right now.
This is all I've ever wanted. Get in here.
They might just bro Nazi you. If a guy comes in to murder and rape your wife and
Yeah.
children and you start fapping to him, he might go, brother, you're fucking...
Dude, you're crazy.
Dude.
I'm gonna let this one slide. That's funny. That's crazy. All right, I gotta get it.
Or he might watch you jerk off.
That's also
You might watch you
worst
jerk
case,
off
yeah.
and then eat it and then leave. It'll leave. You're like, no, you're the sick ticket. You're right. You're the real sick ticket.
Yeah.
Thanks for not murdering us all and
Have
raping
you
us.
watched that night soccer?
No, so I
Dude. It's obviously horrendous, but
Yeah.
you gotta. It's so funny.
I'll watch. That'll be a good one to watch with
It's,
ladies.
dude,
My wife
how
will
out
like
of his
that
mind
shit.
he is hilarious.
But they, that out of your
So
mind,
twisted,
he's like
dude.
He was able to fucking
Yeah.
break into those homes and kill people. Did you hear about the one? Don't
He
get
broke into the geezers. He smashed 2 geezers.
Smash him.
He was like, I could just smash these geezers.
Living what? He lived the dream.
He did it.
He lived the dream.
We talk about it, dude. That guy fucking lived.
Some guys
it.
put the cleats on. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the man in the arena. And then we sit back and judge him. He did what we all wish we could do. Smash old people at fucking 2 p.m.
Oh, you got him at 2
woke up
p.m.?
that day like, yeah, I'll do
2
that.
p.m.
I
That's
think he
fucked
got
up.
the,
That's their
I think he
time.
got the geezers in the afternoon. TV time.
Oh.
Killing time.
Getting fake hooked on opiates would be so fun.
Just lying.
Faking it fun. Just being like, yeah, bro, I'm all skag.
Yeah. I gotta blow guys. That's how high I get. I get so high I gotta do the worst thing.
Yeah, I thought about that. If people eat each other under like very extreme circumstances, is there a comparable situation for sexual drive? Because like that's like everyone's like, I would, yeah, true. You think it is prison?
Prison is,
Yeah, it's like
well, I guess
never-
I'm gonna fuck guys' asses.
True.
Never thought I'd do that. I
Yeah.
have no desire to.
And you
Throw some
realize
peanut butter in that crack though. That feels good.
that must be crazy though. When you're like, the answer was all around me. It was just guys' asses.
The guy's butts this whole time.
I could have just fucked guys' butts this whole fucking time.
I'm not Shyamalan. This guy's butts the whole time.
I just thought they'd be hairy and gross, but it turns out once you get inside them, it doesn't matter that much.
Yeah, nothing matters. It
I
feels
close
so
my eyes
good.
and think about everything.
Think about my life. My
True.
former life.
True. That's kind of rough.
I don't know what you do.
Yeah. That's
Sad.
gotta be. Although I would say, I'd ask the guy to be quiet. Like, don't make any
Yeah.
noises. Because the guy was like, oh, I'm like, dude,
Hey, will you do this?
I'm closing my eyes. I think about my wife, dude.
Yeah.
I'm up next, dude. I was gonna let you do me. Oh.
Yeah, I wonder if guys in prison ruin it with the noises.
Yeah,
We
probably.
could do that. Just for any advice, if you go to jail and you know you're going to be a bottom,
Yeah.
there's tricks.
Yeah,
to
true.
make, although they probably just immediately stuff
Make
your
it
mouth
pop.
with your own underwear. Shut up, pig.
Yeah, true. Damn it. Yeah, I mean, dude, right now, somewhere in the world, there's some terrible condition, like a fucking jail, and just like Belize, where someone's flashing a sharp knife at someone right fucking now, as we speak. Someone's going, some guy with like a silver tooth is going,
I want to come. Come here. You are the one I pick.
it's probably happening to a dozen people right now. Isn't that nuts?
Yeah. But think about the dozen dudes that are getting ahead on the
Fire's
beach
life.
right now and having
Fire's
fun.
life, yeah.
Not the ones committing
Oh,
gay
okay.
rape. I'm talking about guys having a good time.
Oh, for sure.
There's a dozen of those guys too.
Right now it's nighttime in Australia. There's probably so many people in
Australians
Australia
probably
getting head.
nuts getting head right now.
Oh, that's it. No.
It might be fucking calm. I'm about to fucking calm. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Came in my fucking Sheila's mouth last night. What a fly job. What a complete boy, Drew. You fucking cunt. Australians rule. They're so funny.
Yeah, I get yelled at for that all the time. It's not even the fact. She doesn't mind that I fart. It's that I present myself pre-fart. I fucking step up and go.
Yeah.
It's like the fact that you make a thing out of it is like, I'm just farting.
How do you not understand? This is the funniest.
She's like, oh, I wish I fart while walking away. It's
It's
also
the best.
hilarious. Dude.
Yeah, yeah. Walk away, fart. Damn, never mind. I hit Beezer. I told you that one, right? I hit him with the loudest walk. He was checking into the hotel after me. And I waited until I got around the corner and farted so loud. He just had to stand there with the person.
I'm like a shitting dog. I have to look at my wife's eyes when I fart. They have to make eye contact with you. When the dog's shitting, it's like, don't. Please don't leave me here. Please don't leave me here.
Eye contact farts are pretty fucking great.
Yeah, you look at me and go, hey, you look at me and go. The fact that you make it, it's not funny. But no, you're wrong. It is funny.
You're disgusting.
You're disgusting.
So you're disgusting, bitch.
You're told me to fucking die.
You're the one
Like,
who's
you fed me-
disgusting.
You fed. I always tell them, like, you put this fart in me.
Yeah.
You made me eat the shit you made. I told you I need to eat a simple pilgrim's diet, and now I'm fucking
Now
farting
I'm
on the goddamn
fucked.
stomach. You need yummy
I
fucking.
need a nice cornucopia. Tell them to bring out the cornucopia. Tell them to bring out the maize.
I need to be eating from a bugle-shaped basket.
Yes.
And you keep making risotto. Dude, I want to
Reap
know
what you sow.
what is in vegan cheese that makes you. It is the. Dude, it's the enriched uranium farts.
It is.
Oh my fucking god. Dude, whatever's in that stuff, I'll tell you, it's guaranteed blowout, just like
Something's wrong with that stuff.
nasty fuck. There's something fucked up with
Yeah.
it, dude. I don't know what's in it, dude, but it makes you fart so fucking bad.
Yeah.
And I've been trying to find one that doesn't. Guess what? They all fucking every
That's
single
alright. Farting is great.
I mean, I guess cheese kind of makes you fart.
Yeah.
You eat a lot of cheese.
Cheese farts,
fart, yeah. I guess.
I found out this weekend eggs make you fart. What the
Oh, yeah.
fuck are we talking about, dude? I've been crushing a dozen every morning.
Yeah, dude.
Say, bring out all the eggs. Bring
That's
out
just-
the whole chicken coop.
That's the sulfur. The sulfur in eggs. make-
Sulfur?
Yeah, I think it's like sulfur-rich foods. I think they help you fart.
Tell you what, light beers. You crush a lot of light beers.
Yeah.
It's time to uncork, dude.
Yeah, I think there's parts in your intestines that are just in charge of just fucking releasing
Yeah.
gases and shit. 'Cause it's sending all the elements back.
My guys are
out.
working overtime. I'm glad to hear that.
Farting isn't necessarily unhealthy though, is it? I think it means your
If you
microbiome.
push hard as fuck every day, there's some ramifications.
Yeah, sure. We push,
I
yeah.
push
You
hard
push
as
them out
hard as
as
I
hard
can.
as you
Even
can.
if I'm by myself,
I bed.
push them out.
I
as hard
bend,
as
I
can.
squat and push. Squatting down is. That's when you get that real like fabric ripping sound. Like,
On a couch like this, a nice leather couch, you pack your ass tight. Oh, fart
Talking about-
coming out the. Talk about front fart.
that's packing a cannon, dude.
Seeping,
Oh,
seeping through the sack.
Oh. Oh.
We got reading over there. You find some fart facts.
If you let a front fart out of your face, they go. Hey, that's what happens.
let a fart seep out the front?
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
It's like unleashing air out of the balloon, dude.
It's crazy.
It's
It rolls up the side of your nuts. It's
completely upsetting.
It really is upsetting.
What you got on farts?
Give us some fart facts.
I got a lot of fun things.
Let's kick it to the sideline. The sideline reporter.
It's just the vegan cheese makes your car smell because of unhealthy starches and vegetable oils that it contains.
That makes sense.
Smelly parts usually mean you have bad gut flora.
Really?
I don't really know what that is.
That's great news.
You don't have to smell
I've got great flora. My guys are in there.
Yours don't smell like
That's
that.
because they've been working their fucking asses off. I've been throwing shit at it for years.
True, yeah.
Those guys are ready for anything.
My best part fact is that the sea lion has the smelliest farts of any living creature. According to Dr. English Sports Doctor in San Diego here.
The fact that they're beating dogs is impressive.
Yeah.
Dude, the dogs flying
Yeah,
this
out of this world.
It's crazy. Yeah, my dogs are on the best behavior. They're being watched. They were in a different house for like 10 days.
Yeah.
So now they're back, dude. They come and they call now. I'm gonna start tossing
Let them know. It's like, you could be gone.
They're so good. It's
Take
insane.
dog vegan cheese.
Yeah, it would be fucked up.
You should start a fucking Oppenheimer and the fucking cataclysmic part. Use the dog. fucking dude.
You mix eggs, BB beans,
Green on one doctor from San Diego Zoo would be like, we've done it. I was becoming fart. Destroyer couches. Not a toast. Hello.
Yeah, I mean, you could. Fake homo would be nice. Fake homo would be sick.
Big combo.
Going into the hospital and stuff. Perfect, dude. You screw them all up. You see you sit Your wife's boyfriend's there with your kids, and they're like,
Look
we
at
like
him.
you so much more, it's only a
Yeah.
matter of time. And, gosh, you know what a fucking fake homer right now, right?
The house and under fought.
Until she remembers, then she goes, huh? I remember this.
What happened to the first guy? Why'd she leave him? Did he love her still?
He probably
'Cause-
died. It's a girl fantasy. He like
Yeah.
died and left her a bunch of money. Then she like sucked some guy's dick that was bigger and had like carpentry skills. And she was like, "This works too."
Yeah, that is a common trope in these movies, that the weird, troubled loner's hot and looking for love.
Yeah.
And is passionate.
He's definitely not
No.
research like Holocaust statistics
Yeah,
on
he's
that.
not. Yeah, the weird loner is not that guy.
No.
He's checking into Mandalay Bay. He's getting a room.
That's my favorite traffic fatality is when an old person can't drive and like mows down people at like 12 miles an
Yeah.
hour. That's a nice one.
I told you, I was with my grandpa. We went golfing one time. He was fully geezed. I was in the golf cart with him. He ran over the golf pro
What?
in the cart, pinned the golf pro against where the bag holders at the pro shop.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's pretty great. Then I got to drive. It was the first time I got to drive the cart.
How'd the pro do? The pro car gets hit like that once a week.
Pinned against the wall. Just an old man.
Right now, I'm very into just a little bit of stuff now. And I think it works 50 times better than, this might sound so stupid, but it's like weed, caffeine, I think I figured, alcohol, I figured it out.
Moderation.
Just a little bit, dude. But all of them at once. Just a little bit. Just, if I'm that close.
Yeah.
Then if I get two, I got, again, actually,
I
I
like Matt Double XL. I like Matt
Just-
Triple X.
Actually, now that I say that, that night at Helium, the second night, I was so fucking high.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm talking about. Hey, I was in Helium and I was so stoned back there that I was like starting to get like my whole brain was getting kind of staticky.
Yeah.
I'd be like, you start asking yourself like the fundamental questions where you're like, so I'm here
Yeah.
in the back of a green room, and I started being like, especially on the way back, I was going like, so I'm here now. I definitely exist. How did that come about? Oh, that's overwhelming to think about. And I just go, shut it off, dude. Shut it off.
Yeah.
Shut it down, dude. You're way over Matt Plus. You're Matt Plus.
Yeah, dude.
We said we're not going to get here anymore, dude.
Matt to the 10th.
Yeah, man. I was Matt to the 10th.
You to the 10th.
I was to the 10th degree. I'm like, dude, you
I
think you
like
get
Matt to
the
the 10th degree, dude.
It was fun.
I saw you drinking that tequila. I got very excited.
They got me, bro.
Yeah.
You would have thought I was in the fucking poking the cacti.
Yeah, dude, you're basically the Rock in the tequila
I was
commercial.
basically the Rock in that commercial.
Dude, picking up gravel, going, this is going to be good tequila.
Tequila does rule financial.
White Claw hangovers are horrendous.
Terrible, dude.
Yeah.
I woke up one time bleeding. You get your period from if you have enough like
Your
malted. I woke up, I was like,
Yes.
I've done it before with fucking high noons. You get like a period hangover.
Yeah.
Suck.
Matt, I get period hangovers constantly. Dude, take a shit the next day, you're like, what the fuck happened? Heavy flow.
You go down, and then you think you'd be able to drink 20 of them. By the sixth one, you're like, your mouth is all
fucked
dry.
up.
You're
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's good. Then you
Sucks.
switching flavors. You're like, grab me a White Claw. What do you want? Like, doesn't matter. You stuck with a lemon. You're sitting there chugging lemon malt liquor.
That's what it
Whatever
is,
the
right?
fuck
It's
it
like
is.
malted. It's like malt
Malted
syrup.
right. Well, what is it?
Thank you. Good move, dude.
It's like a malted.
Just agree. We want yes men. A guy like me, dude, out in the field with the Mexican bros. Tequila on the rocks, man.
Yeah.
Splash of soda. Splash of pineapple. I'm being honest. Not much tequila on the rocks, action really. It's pretty much a mixed
Like, you had a
drink.
pretty fruity looking drink.
Because you want to do 2 rose-colored glasses, but there was a lot of times I catch myself being a fucking Just a brat for no reason.
Being a little grimace.
Auto brat. I go into auto brat mode. I'm just like,
Yeah.
I did it the other day.
I let you guys know when I'm in brat mode. I tell you, I go,
It
I'm
is
being a
nice.
fucking douche about this.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
an issue that I'm mad about. I know I'm being gay about it.
Yeah, but just let me do my thing.
This is it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come out of it. Sorry, I'm telling you about it. It's gay. I'm telling you about
Yeah.
it.
But you need to do that, though. Because I can come out and say, well, that's actually the case. And you go, what the hell? It turns out it's fucking
Every
it.
once in a while, yeah, it's nice to get some affirmation.
Yeah, you need it. Yeah, you can. It's pretty nuts. I mean, if you think about it, if you didn't talk to anyone else ever, you'll just fucking completely lose your mind.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy.
Hey,
Yeah, keep it fucking down out there, dude.
God,
Yo,
the news is on.
golly. I'm telling you, man. I was telling you on the way over here. If you think about it, how much better than silence is this podcast? It's so much better
I
than
told you,
silence.
it's for real.
It's so much better than
It's
silence.
50-50.
Literally, almost still was like playing alarm clock games all night.
I do it all the time.
It was crazy. It was like, get up.
Could be the most important thing in the world. I'm like, I can definitely get 10 more minutes. Sleep right through it. Oh, I knew it was gonna go bad. I knew it was somebody else's fault.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me of your friend's house. dude. I had a lot
grumpy-
of- I had a lot of fun at your friend's house.
What the fuck, dude? No, this weekend we were sitting at the bar. Me and O'Connor. This girl comes in and sits behind him,
Oh, yeah.
and he's got his back to her, so he's facing me. I can kind of see her. She's like,
Yeah.
hammered, gremlin, dude. She starts punching Chris, and he thinks like, oh, she's like,
Yeah.
we're having fun. We're at
Love
the bar.
taps.
He's like,
Love
hey,
taps.
knock it off. And he like went back to be like, come on,
Yeah, above the waist.
cut it out. We're goofing. And she was like, get your fucking hands off me, you piece of shit. And I was like, dude, we gotta move. We gotta get the fuck out of here. And then she kept doing it. She started like actually like pushing him off. Like I could see him like
Push.
moving. And I was like, hey, could you please like stop hitting my friend?
Yeah.
And she goes, you're fat. I was just like, God damn it, lady. Pulled her tube top down, put out her tits.
She wearing a tube top?
Yeah, she went.
Jesus Christ.
Had she not been so mean to me, I wouldn't have been mean back. But
Sure.
she was like, you're fat, pulled her tits out. I was like, your tits are fucking disgusting, dude. Those are disgusting, you gross idiot. And she was like, yeah, I am ugly. And I was like, no, you're not. I'm sorry. Like, she was like so sad. But then she was like, yeah, I'm ugly. I was like, no, you're not. And she was like, but you're fat, so who cares? And I was like, well,
okay,
you are
pretty
ugly.
good.
Fuck you.
Eh.
Also, get it. Like, she couldn't even see me.
Yeah.
Hit me with the you're fat. I was like, damn, she's hit me with like you're fat from like me sitting. She could just see like tear up. She was just like, you're fucking fat. I was like, Jesus Christ.
God damn. Yeah, we see the whole of me. He's high on coke and has too much hair gel. Was a drug addict bartender. I was like, no. And it's like, okay, what is? So if you're not a drug addict bartender, you're a man bun pussy. So which one are you?
Are you a radical feminist? A fucking communist bartender?
Who's also kind of an alcoholic.
It is definitely, absolutely a raging alcoholic. You can age out to be like
Yeah.
women. There's women at the Elks in Mechanicsburg. They're just ladies, old ladies.
Yeah.
That's a good place to be.
You're
They're
saying
just like somebody's aunt
The women.
Steelers sweatshirt.
you
from, like,
can
98.
be. You're just a tough bitch at that point.
Yeah.
That's just tough bitch. There's tough
Tough bitch.
bitches, then there's just two types of dudes. That's it. Bartending.
That's absolutely right.
Like a tall blonde fucking women. It's like, yo, come on, knock it off.
Grow up.
You're stealing a job from a tough bitch, dude.
Tough bitches are very nice.
They're the best.
Like, you want some scratch offs? We got a popcorn machine.
They're among the best. That's what
Yeah.
happens when you get this. You've cut hair so much that your hands act up. Hit the bar. Bartending, dude. It's a tough bitch industry, dude. It's on top.
Scar is gay.
Scar is gay, dude. It's totally true.
Yeah.
Because Scar is like,
Yeah.
Oh, you will see my brother. Get out of here. I'm also a pedophile as well. I'm also a pedophile. I'm a gay pedophile. I'm a gay pedophile. I hate this is also British. I don't know if your father's heteronormative boobs.
My brothers. Black guy who played Darth Vader. Me, gay British guy. They tried to do it in The Departed. There were people out there, there's theories that, what's his name's gay? Matt Damon.
In the movie.
Yeah, there's people that want him to be gay. He does gay stuff in the movie a little.
Is he really?
I mean, not to me. He like couldn't get hard once. Yeah, look. He tried to,
sit with myself in silence
No.
just yet.
There's no time for thoughts. I have no thoughts, dude. It's either I'm doing something, playing video games, audiobook, doing stand-up, no thoughts.
I start losing consciousness, and I'm like, sweet, and I just turn it off. I'm like,
It's so nice when you lose consciousness, wake up and it's still going.
I just watched like 1/1,000,000th of your kidneys just fucking die.
Stress of solving, actually.
My wife going, just let me talk, just let me just hear what I'm saying. I'm just sitting there going like, that's fine, but I can feel the fucking,
Yeah,
my killer T cells falling to cancer cells. She's like, yeah, cancer cells, you're like, yes, the conditions are perfect.
He's so stressed.
You know, I'm sitting there listening to the top rack of the dishwasher, just like,
It doesn't matter which way the silverware is facing in the dishwasher. It's not something we need to fight about, please.
please. I don't care.
You can't say I don't care. You know,
That's crazy how bad.
I actually don't care about it.
No. When, even when like she's making an effort to be like nice about it, she's like, if you do watching it, you fucking down by, I'm fucking down yourself. Really stop that for you. I'm like, this is just making me really mad right now. She was like, what? And I was like, dude, I'm not mad at you. If you want to talk about the dishwasher, you go ahead and
I
do
can't
that.
talk about the dishwasher.
I'm not gonna change you as a person, but when you do this, it makes me so fucking angry.
Yeah.
And I need a second, dude. And she was like, oh, yeah, no problem. Usually I'm just kind of like, I start trying to like delete her personality in real time. I'm like, don't ever fucking talk about that shit to me ever fucking again.
Every morning I wake up and I'm on my girlfriend's ass, dude. Especially if when I have to do something. You know, I have to work out this morning, I have to get
You know what
I got this frame to get it in one of those clear boxes. And the laundry.
I need the cushion.
I need the cushion. I was like, when you wake up, I need the cushion in baseball. She nails it right away. She's like, you have to go lift. I'm like, yes, I have to do fucking deadlifts.
Get the Kurt Schilling baseball.
Get the Kurt Schilling, wake up. The Kurt Schilling baseball needs in a case. I'm gonna get the Kurt Schilling baseball. We need it. Oh, is that the Kurt Schilling baseball?
Really?
Look.
The chest too, he throws it right in your chest.
Don't smudge the autograph, dude. It's Kurt Schilling. I got those tacos again. From that place. Yeah, fucking tiki, whatever, masala. How do you say it?
Tiki masala.
Is that how you say it? Chicken masala? Tiki?
It just reminded me of my mom. What was that? Tiki masala?
True.
Where are they?
There's probably still my parents. In fact, I'm certain. I'll check on them time to time.
You gotta bring them home now.
That's gonna be worse something. I have about $27 worth of baseball cards stowed away.
Maybe he didn't have to do his bidding, dude.
I think he did it, maybe. Yeah.
He gave his brother a satchel of goldfish.
Yeah. Yes, my lord.
Because when you fucking first started beer, you were such a wimp. You were you're a fucking man, dude. You're loud, you're talking up.
You used to be Diary of a Wimpy podcast. You're fucking big time, dude.
The mumble fucking.
The Mumble House, dude. And he goes,
Yeah.
all the time. I actually took the trash out last week. So could you take the trash out this week? Let's get rid of it. What? I know I have spots tonight, dude. We were thinking about it a lot.
Thanks, man.
Shane mumbled so much, I genuinely thought you were with us on the trip.
He's almost worse than me.
Yeah.
I have to scream what at both of them. What?
I always been yelled at for it.
Mumbling?
Yeah, my dad yelled at me one day.
What do you say?
Nobody can freaking understand yet. Sean tried to talk to I can't freaking understand it.
Every once in a while, dads get a funny one
Oh,
in.
dude,
Yeah, they really good. Messing with Shane Squash was undeniably funny. Back when I lived with my parents, Phil would fuck with me. I'm gonna go messing with Shane Squash. It was a fucking beef jerky commercial. Dads love commercials. He's got black and white Air Force One. He's wearing Air Force Ones. He has no idea. He has no idea.
He's stumping in his Air Force One.
Please stop it. They're big balls. So he goes to the Elks and he says, "Give me 2 beers."
Dude, I mean, how is it done every week? I just don't understand.
How do we keep doing it?
Yeah.
Ooh, Heinz 57. This is the worst case.
Yeah.
Too hot, like, I can remember, it's all like CrossFit type workout, so like, you just have to like, dude, I had to carry weight above my head, dude, straight above my head, dude, going like this.
You walk by and go, Deo, me say Deo.
The front of my shirt's up, the bottom of my belly's hanging out.
You're the Chiquita Banana Man, dude.
That's absolutely.
Mr. Tallyman, Tallyman, but not.
Pardon me, Mom.
Man, this thing's so heavy on my head. Why are you making me carry this thing on my head?
You're fat. France dragged us into this to the point
I
that it's
know
like,
it.
oh, France owned Vietnam.
Mhm.
It was a colony. Japan took it when they went. They got a little wild.
Yeah.
And then the United States liberated it.
Yeah.
And that was the thing. Ho Chi Minh, the guy who ended up being the leader of the Viet Cong, was like, "I love America."
That's right.
He was writing letters to Truman,
That's
saying
right.
like, "I love you, thank you." They were like, Americans are the only free people on earth.
Yes.
These are incredible people. The leader of them
Yeah.
loved America.
Yeah.
And then he started, this is the craziest part. So France goes back in after the war and was like, "We're taking it back." And America was like, "Don't do that."
Yeah.
And we were kind of siding with Ho Chi Minh and the Vietnamese. And then France was like, this is the beginning of the Cold War. So France was like, "Hey, if you guys don't support us, maybe we'll start listening to fucking Russia." And then America was like, "All right, we'll fucking help you out."
Damn.
Anyway,
That is interesting, and by the way, speaking of Ho Chi Minh, writing those students, all those letters were with Daphne and
and half of them Truman never got because the Secret Service was like,
Wow.
"He doesn't need to see these." Yeah.
They're making those decisions.
So much
In
like
those
they-
days, everybody made, but that's the whole thing about Vietnam too. Everybody's making their own decisions, determining, so when you have power, you know, when you disperse power in that way, everybody goes, "I'll take this part." And the world was just like,
And yeah, because of the Cold War, the Secret Service and the CIA were like, this is more important. Like the CIA versus the KGB in Russia
Yeah.
and the Soviet Union, that became the two superpowers.
Yeah.
And they were doing stuff like undermining the fucking president to be like, the war against Russia is more. I mean, I don't like Vietnam because of how frustrating and stupid it is.
well, but first of all, the CIA, when you think about it, their whole thing was the Cold War first. So all the drug dealing that happened in the 70s and 80s was again from every cartel. The CIA, when they like, okay, CIA, they would stop the DEA from doing the drug. Oh, no. Because the Cold War, these are people, but they were the heads of the cartels.
Yes.
But they were the communists, and they were the priorities. So they didn't make that choice. I'm sure the president didn't want to make the choice, whoever it was, during all those times. But that was the choice they always made.
Damn, and they didn't just say no like 10 years later. Like, come on, guys, don't do drugs.
Just say no, they
Yeah.
didn't just say no. It was still telling the DEA, back off this guy, back
Yeah.
off that
Oh,
guy.
it's so funny.
Because they were saying, look, we think communism is a great threat. Still, in the late 80s. It's crazy.
They were right. We had a tiny taste of it here. It's pretty annoying.
Communism. Yeah.
And getting DUI. You see Nancy Pelosi caught it 82, caught a DUI.
Well, I think somebody 82 catch a DUI, I admire that.
I do too.
Yeah, that should be free. That should be like, let you go on that.
All right, we're getting off topic. Go ahead. Absolutely great.
Well, as you already said, well, we wanted it to, I mean, we could have left. We could have left 10. We could have left, I mean, if you, I read this book, A Bright Shining Light, I just happened to be reading it. By the way, when you read a book, especially on Kindle, try to find out how many pages it is.
Oh, yeah.
This book's 800 pages. So I was reading it like, oh, this A Bright Shining Light doesn't sound like a long book.
Yeah.
It's the history of everything. But France, they left, we helped them. So there was one, what turned Ochi did, one of the things that turned him, is we decided, we supplied France with all these, all the mortars and everything where they destroyed a lot of this in Vietnam, and that turned,
Yeah.
them against America too.
Yeah. It was, there's a battle, I forget the name of it. So, I was just watching the Canberra. What is it? Yes. So the French were kind of fucking up the Vietnamese. I mean, they had, it was the same as us for something. They had superior firepower. But again, just like time and time again, the Vietnamese were very good at guerrilla warfare because we trained them during World War II.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, little fucking, Mujahideen type shit.
Yeah.
And they were about to come to talks, France and Vietnam. They were about to come to the table. Before they went to have talks, they both tried to get one more offensive in, so they had leverage when they went to talks. So France sets up at, what is it, they're just looking France and we're just gonna go there, we're gonna fuck them up. One of the French generals was like, I have too many guns, we're gonna fuck these dudes up. And the Vietnamese surrounded them in this valley and just destroyed them. The French guy, the general that led that, killed himself honorably, because he was like, we're gonna wipe the floor with these guys.
Why are they doing it now? They're doing it now.
Well, it's funny, America did the same thing. Set themselves up was surrounded by all the mountains, so created a valley and set up an airstrip, a landing strip in the valley, and got killed because of it. It's really amazing. I mean, the other thing about Vietnam is you realize how you always think when you're young at least, like, the people in charge, they spend all their time doing this, they know what they're doing. But there were so many egos involved, and the few people were like, this is not working, they were just like, stop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just because of ego. People think, oh, they didn't want money. They wanted money. They would still get the money. This was about like something else, some power struggle, that where you pay the price, or there were troops for the price.
Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, there's some dudes in the village and I had no reason to avoid that.
And the other thing that I had was like, no, fuck it, I'm ready. There's your own system that is Hamlet program, where they bring this thing with all these weapons, each Hamlet, over the year, Hamlet, the Hamlet after weapons, and they put all these weapons to all these Hamlets and said, look, you're in charge of the weapons. It was all American-made modern stuff. And of course, the Viet Cong, who kind of controlled, more or less, they had the hearts of the people. They took all the weapons. So we supplied Viet Cong with all these weapons in the early 60s, and it kept them going.
It genuinely makes me, all my information's from the Ken Burns documentary.
Right.
And I watch it, and then every time I'm watching it, by episode 2, I'm like, what the fuck is going,
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense.
Well, I don't know if this was in the Ken Burns documentary, but it is, I think it is. Charlie Becker, and he goes, in the interview, we go, what do you think of Viet Cong? He goes, finest soldiers I've ever seen. This is in 1965. He goes, what? The Viet Cong? He goes, best soldier, OJ had 200 under my command. And right away, like, oh, we should realize something was up then.
Well, they've been fighting for 30 years. These dudes have been fighting since, World War II. They didn't stop fighting.
Really?
From World War II until the end of Vietnam. They were fighting. Yeah.
First American War, where like the American troops were like, what the fuck's going? What's the point?
Yeah.
Of this?
I think Korea, I'm sure they were a little bit like, actually.
Yeah, Korea, MacArthur screwed up with.
Yeah.
MacArthur, everybody was like, don't do this. MacArthur's like, I love, the people loved him.
Yeah.
The Korean people like, this guy's our savior, and he just was like a king over there.
Yeah.
And then he just said, we're gonna do it this way. I forget, he landed on the coast, so he did something that was strategic for the Army. And he was saying, what are you doing? He goes, I know what I'm doing. Yeah, no, he loved it.
Yeah.
People loved it because he, Japan loved it because
Idiots.
F-4 to and he treated them like, he said, you treat these people like human beings. So Japanese people, you treat them like a god. So he felt like a god.
That's tough to shake off. That would get me.
Yeah.
I was getting samurai glory. I'm like, yeah, you know.
I know. He was like,
Presenting you swords and
Yeah,
shit.
we're one of those cool suits. I had one of those cool suits. I'm like, who do I? Also,
I think that's why God never even let me sell out like the Beacon or something like that. He keeps me around like 3 to 400 seats on the road. And there's always.
Oh man. So yeah, what was the so chronologically the French? Right. So we were like
So
boys
it's
in
the
the
French colony. Then there's World War II,
Yeah.
Japan takes over. And like always when Japan would invade, all the Asian countries were like, nice, finally the fucking white colonists are gone.
Yeah.
We're gonna get treated well. And they immediately get starved to death and
Yeah.
beheaded and fucked with and stuff. So then when the Americans liberated Vietnam and the British, whoever, they were like, fuck you, we love America. Then France after World War II, who just got their fucking ass whooped.
Yeah, yeah.
They're like, actually, we want those colonies back.
Yeah.
You know, and Vietnam was like, no, this is ours now.
Yeah.
We're independent again. So then,
Do they have to write a letter to Vietnam? Like, very,
we'll find out. So yeah, but you started following. Yeah, maybe you are. All of us is fucking Ken Burns.
Wait, what are we talking about? Oh, yeah.
Whatever you
What
want.
you said. And then, so then France, when they lost, and they did the Geneva talks, I think it was the first Geneva talk back then, maybe now.
What is
But
your
then,
That was the best one.
was that?
That was the best one.
And then, when and then, because China, they were China taking over Vietnam, but Vietnam wasn't worried because they were half, like you said, by that point, Ho Chi Minh was pro-America until that horrible event where the France destroyed like all these innocent villages, and then he turned on America because we supplied France.
We,
Fair enough.
in Dien Bien Phu,
Dien Bien Phu is when they got caught.
America started supplying France,
Hmm.
because the only way French could get anything was aircrafts.
Yeah.
Because they were in a fucking valley getting destroyed. Like 8,000 French students died.
Jesus.
Again, though, the Vietnamese lost like 3-1 casualties, but they were like, that's a victory.
Yeah,
They would get fucking wiped out.
yeah. What was that one quote that all they have to do is just stay here and just die?
Yeah.
Those are one of the Vietnamese soldiers that all they have to do is just not become extinct and we
That's great. Well, it's a problem with everything, man. I mean, anything, you go anywhere, the people who live there, they know where to go. Yeah. They know where to go. You know, you truck rat, you're gonna fight to the death.
Yeah.
So
But then, yeah.
it got to the point where they were talking about like the United States was literally funding 80% of the French versus Vietnamese war. We were giving France 80% of the budget to win the war. Yeah.
Yeah.
France sucked.
France did a bad job, and then they left, and we decided, it's such a weird, I look at it so like psychologically, like, what, I understand like the domino theory was part of it, but the psychological, mindset you put yourself into, this guy Hawkins, the general, he was the guy that ran it, he is really responsible in many ways, because you go back and tell the president, these guys, it's going good, but even then, the president, the ambassadors, they all went along. It just goes to show. I mean, I quote my mother all the time. I rest her soul, but she used to always say, people, and see, deeper and deeper and everything. This is a perfect example. People are attracted to bullshit, and if you offer them something that's quality or truthful and bullshit, they go for the bullshit every time. And I said to my mother at the time, I go, that's true most of the time. I say most of the time, every time. And being on Jesus guy, Van, the whole corporation lies about this guy, Van was in Vietnam. He was the early guy, and he's like, look, we're gonna lose, here's what's happening, the hours, we're taking away the bombing building, who search and destroy in 1963. Jesus. And we're losing everybody. We gotta either win them over through like social revolution, the corruption of the South Vietnamese, they're taking everything, their special forces that we train are destroying people. This is terrible. We're losing, and everybody, even people that kind of knew better, just were like, oh, and this way it's like, no, we're just gonna do this, and they're like, okay, let's do that. And it wasn't that it was easier, and they almost like willed themselves into like, if you've ever been involved in like a TV or movie project, right? And you start out going, it's gotta be this. And then slowly you start to go, oh yeah, do that. And then somebody that wasn't involved in the first month walking in, and you can go from place and just show up there. And then you start to believe it. You get in this stupor. And that's what I think happened in Vietnam. With the military.
You know, this kind of Aquaman 6, you know, this still is good. This is
yeah, it's so good. I'm giving them the screening of the movie, and then I go to screening of the movie, and you just get like, that movie was really good. Well, because you're around the shooter, you know the cast, you know what's good, it's bad. And then if I've been with people that go, are you crazy? That was shit. And then I'm like, I was in a state of temporary sanity, and I feel like that's what happened.
Also, it's a domino effect. Bothers me. It's just annoying.
You don't like dominoes?
Obviously, I trust dominoes.
You don't like that slippery slope theory. That's basically domino.
Yeah.
I agree. I don't
When
like
it, when it comes to, well, why we were into it. Yeah, because they were like, well, if China's influence and the Soviet influence is Vietnam, they're going to get all of Southeast Asia. Yeah, that's like, so?
Well, but at the time, Russia had just taken all of Eastern Europe in the early 50s.
Vietnam. What the fuck happened? What happened?
Vietnam?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It was, well, I said it was a weird narcotic state where, you know, it's been kind of a thing after World War II. It's gone now, but we're like, no, we don't really fail. Everybody wants this because it works so well. Not just World War II, the Marshall Plan even worked. Because we're dealing with all these countries and suddenly they're coming back. By 1960s, 50s, Germany's even back. So we're like the benign guys that control things, but everybody's kind of like getting their thing.
Yeah.
Wants to be on the team. And then, you know, we didn't realize it was undercurrent. So the overcurrent is Europe, and the undercurrent is the colonies. So all the colonies were really starting in the late 50s.
Oh, yeah.
From Africa to, you know, South America. And, yeah, so there was that whole thing going on, you know.
The vacay spots.
There was so much going on, isn't it weird?
All the sandals.
The sandals resorts.
All the sandals resorts.
Yeah.
They had it up to here.
Yeah.
That makes
So it
sense.
was kind of a weird, it was an interesting time.
I can see communism appealing to that.
Yeah.
You're down.
Of
You're
course.
down.
They're the fucking daddies.
Pissing your own cheese.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Well, like
so-
Cuba, look at Cuba with the whole mafia thing, and that was such an interesting thing where, like, you know, they let all these capitalist things, and then they were like, no, you know what I mean? They, even though Cuba failed, they didn't like the corruption level that was going on, and same thing in South Vietnam.
Yeah. That was the thing, we propped up some fucking dumbass,
Propped up a dumbass.
and we would never get rid of him. And then as soon as you saw that while we were watching it, yeah, we propped up this dude who just immediately started persecuting the Buddhists.
Absolutely.
Started,
Yep.
his wife was a fucking monster who was like, good, I'm glad they're burning
Yes.
themselves. Yeah, it was just moron. Yeah. And he couldn't stop us because he was still going communism. Meanwhile, this moon is kind of fucking cool.
Right, he liked us at the beginning.
Yeah,
He
he was
wasn't totally into this thing, and then.
Yeah.
Yeah, stuff.
But he became,
Yeah, so
Yeah.
the systematic.
Now, you know a lot of guys that are into that.
I knew it was good. I was a kid doing the whole thing. You know?
Yeah.
And I remember the whole thing was watching, every every day at 5 and 6 o'clock, you'd see the footage from Vietnam. So it was like such a part. It wasn't like I was shocked because I wasn't from the generation before that. That was all I knew. I was 7, 8 years old, 9 years old. But I remember seeing footage of Vietnam all the time on TV and the news, and it was just a constant thing. And I remember one time in class, we were doing about Vietnam, we were in Vietnam, and the teacher said, well, you have Vietnam is bad. And it's going on there. That's freezing and bad. The brother. And so I knew probably 3 guys, older guys, that hang out with me, but I knew 3 guys that were Marines in Vietnam that got wounded, that came home, and they all had those cliche Marine personalities. I mean, Vietnam vets, the army jacket by themselves, the big beards in their home, heavy drinker, heavy smoker, you know, prone to outbursts, but still good guys. Like they were guys were like, you know, they wanted to, people hung out with them and talked to them, but they had that other side to them, partly from being in the war, partly from what they did, partly from what Vietnam did, and partly from their reaction when they came home. It wasn't like you walk around, people weren't going, thank you for your service, you know.
Yeah, that's the,
Yeah, I knew a few guys who,
yeah, that was the thing we were talking about. O'Connor brought this up, we talked about last night. It's like, imagine today's fucking college student. Imagine being a dude who got slapped, you have to go live through fucking hell, and then you get home and one of these fuckers throws like a bag of piss at you, and it's like, what are you trying to do?
right? Oh my
And
God.
now it's in the Ohio National Guard. Get down to Kent State and say, fuck you guys.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. But it was interesting that they all did have that personality.
Yeah.
Even the guys, I knew a guy across the street, my friend's brother, was a Vietnam vet that didn't fight. He was a airplane mechanic. And even he was screwed up.
Fucked up on it.
Yeah.
My uncle was a Marine, and he never talks about it. Never. Like, literally never talks about it. One night, he and I got drunk, and he opened up about it.
Really?
It was wild. He said something, she wants to get good, and just fun, whatever. I mean, it was, when my other uncle was in Vietnam, and he is a little more, he's a little more focused on, I killed a guy. Yeah, and I was like, how is that? And it was just me and him, and he goes, it's fucking incredible. I was like, yeah.
I told you, I knew a guy who was a sniper, and he was saying, he's like, you get addicted to the feeling of killing people. And he says, and he was a nice dude. He's like, I didn't have like ill will towards people.
Yeah.
But he's like, I like would watch people eat dinner, and as soon as they finished, right in the head. He's like, when I like the 12th one, he's like, you get like a god complex, and you're like, I'm ended this
God,
done.
Yeah.
He's
My
watching
uncle,
people hang out.
the guy in Vietnam, I told you before, it was like a 90-degree trail,
Hmm.
and you couldn't see around the corner. So he's walking one way, a Viet Cong was walking off the path. He said they literally bumped into each other in the jungle, and then it was just a race to see who could get their who could get their gun out faster. He got his out first.
Jesus Christ.
No, he's still, I mean, and then he got fucked up. He got hit with a rocket propelled grenade. It blew his nipples missing, his caps.
What?
Off. Yeah, and he had to lay there, because they're in the middle of a firefight. He had to lay there for 3 hours on the jungle floor, like, I'm dead, I'm dying.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's a hero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, and is it that different from what, like, my father was in Korea, and Korean, and war, and he said it was disturbing always, which still showed that the lieutenants or the officers would nightly bring in the Korean prisoners and beat the living shit out of them. It was like, hey, Brooklyn, you want a piece? And he's like, no, thanks. And they would just like beat them, just torture the guys, just for fun. So it was already starting to lose the,
Yeah. The
And-
grammar of World War II.
and then, but Vietnam is a different, like, I feel like this setup, even though it happened in World War II, it happens in every war. The setup of search and destroy is what fucked them all up. Because here you grow up in the 50s, you're watching these movies, you have a little bit, even if you're not innocent, you know you're capable of it. But you still, and then suddenly you're in the middle of this thing where they go, no, you have to burn all these Hamlets. Because like I said, the Hamlet program, the Vietnamese took over the hamlets. So they go, and the Vietnamese are in there. And whether they're or not, they're in enough where you're like, okay, it's them and me. And so you torture all these peasants out of their house. Torching their village.
Burning their.
Well, that's the strategy. Now, I came all the way.
Yeah.
That's when I told the guy, the dude I was talking to, it was actually my ex-father-in-law. I was telling him about my mom's cousin. The guy, that guy just likes killing people.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe.
I mean, you probably just, there's also the guys.
Everyone's got the thing.
You go there, and then you go home, and you're like, I can't be home. After,
Yeah.
you're just in the fucking jungle.
Yeah, killing
Yes.
Now you gotta go pretend to be a human.
people.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
when you get off the road for much.
Yeah.
Say it happens to cops. It happens to cops. They go less than
Is that,
It
yeah?
happens to cops too.
Yes.
They get addicted to that adrenal state and go home, they're like, this sucks.
Sure.
They stay there forever.
And, but the other thing with Vietnam, which I watched a lot of those, YouTube guys doing an interview, and you see the similarities in them eventually, and one of them is that they said they got screwed. First of all, just imagine this, supposed to be the country sending all this money to aid. They, one guy, several of them said, the sea rations were terrible. He goes, we looked at the date on some of them, they were Korean and World War II.
Yikes.
That's how old the sea rations
Yeah.
are. Jesus. That they're giving to the troops. That's supposedly the richest time in our history. And the other one is the M14. They said the M16 got more guys killed when they switched the M16 because Westmoreland wanted, or one of these guys just, it was a vanity project. The M14 wouldn't jam in the mud. The
Oh, I see
M16
that,
would
yeah.
jam, and they said guys would just be getting killed, bayoneted to death
Oh,
because it would
gross.
jam, and you couldn't unjam it.
Oh, fuck.
And the M14 was, the early gun was better.
That sucks.
Yeah. America really fucked up. I don't like it.
But, yeah.
The whole thing
The
just
whole thing was
bums
just-
me out.
Yeah.
And then each president had an opportunity to fucking end it.
That's right.
And they all just keep fucking dragging it out.
But that's what I mean, that's what I'm saying about that
Yeah.
state. Kennedy,
Yeah, he was close to ending it.
he was, but he
Yeah.
wasn't.
No, they
You know what I mean?
made sure he didn't.
And they said, and this guy Dan was talking to Henry Cabot Lodge, he was the ambassador, all the guys who were close to Kennedy. And it was just one of those things where it's like, just at the last minute, it's like any other decision you've seen in any power person, where you're like, everybody has this logical argument, and then they go, no, I think this is better.
Yeah.
And you're like, what? Why? You don't even give us a reason. And he didn't give us a reason.
There was,
Was there any kind of economic advantage that like was clear?
I don't think so.
Really? They
I don't
didn't
think
like
there was
make
any-
yeah, there was
no.
nothing really there.
I mean, there was
Babes,
rubber, no, it was
babes.
rubber,
Babes.
we,
Yeah.
all the shit that was there was gone when we looked at it.
Sure, sure.
The rubber, coconut, all the rice, it was all gone, I mean, we fucking killed it.
Damn, that sucks.
And Agent Orange, I mean, when you think about
Yeah, I heard about that.
Agent Orange killing all the people, they said their levels of whatever, dioxin were 3 times anybody else by the time we left. And all the troops, I mean, doing it to your own troops is just crazy. I mean, that's the height of like, immorality, you know, it's just,
Yeah.
the guys that are there fighting, and you're just
Yeah.
like, yeah, well, you know, it's like, no. They always have to really try to be a little more careful with the opposite of what you're doing. It was really a weird situation.
also the French were using napalm too.
They were before us?
Yeah, they were, we did everything they did.
It sounds like a French
The
word.
exact same
Napalm.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, those.
Yeah,
napalm
it's fucking,
just
it's like,
gel.
yeah, it's like petroleum
Yeah.
gel and light on fire and you
Yeah.
spread it and you touch it,
You
shut the water
have
off.
to light on fire, it just goes in your body and burns. Sheesh.
And water makes it worse, right? So you
Yes,
fire the water
right.
on, it's worse. It stinks. I mean, but France really wanted Vietnam, so
Well, they had before that.
Yeah.
they wanted it back. I mean, they had it, they lost it, and I couldn't get it back.
They want their baby back.
So
But
they spread
what
it
is-
fire on people.
Yeah, what is it about Vietnam? So, because we apparently wanted it too, we went in there in the mid-50s, and we couldn't leave. We did a little party, like, I gotta leave, this party's over.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, so you know what, I guess I'll
Do some cover.
do.